Hey class, this is Mrs. Lynn. Welcome to another week of remote learning. I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter break with your family and that you got to go outside a little bit, maybe to enjoy some of the nice weather we had this weekend. So last week, I didn't assign any new work because our class normally meets on Fridays, and Friday was Good Friday, a holiday. So I hope you enjoyed that little break in just not having work from me. But some of you did ask for optional activity. So I did post that digital breakout activity for you. And so for those of you who tried it, I hope you were able to break out and let me know. I'll check the forms that you have submitted. I think a couple of you tried it and were able to break out of the room, but I'm going to check later on today to see how many more of you might have attempted. So anyways, this week we're going to go back to code.org and we're going to complete lesson 4 together. And just before I go into what lesson 4 is all about, remember as you're working on your lesson during the week, you can always reach out to me through Zoom if you have any questions or concerns. But also, I'll go over some of your questions on Friday's check-in. So if you can't get a hold of me during the week for some reason, you can always join our optional check-in on Fridays. And then that's where I'll maybe run through some levels with you and answer any questions you might have. All right, so don't forget to use that as your resource throughout the week. So this week we're going to be doing lesson 4. It's called Drawing with Loops. And basically we've been writing code, right, for the last few weeks. And some of you might have noticed that sometimes we have a lot of repeated code. Okay, so let's say I want my character to walk forward 5 times in order to reach an object on the game or in the game. And I have to drag that move forward block 5 different times, right? So it can get quite tedious, especially in real life. If you're a real life computer programmer and you have to write the same line of code like 5 times, 10 times, it can get a little annoying and tedious. So this week, we're going to learn how to write a program using loops and see why this might be a good thing in the world of programming. So in your Google Classroom, you're going to go under the assignment tab or classwork tab and open up this week's assignment. I have added another link to code.org for you in case you don't have it bookmarked. And remember, you're going to always log in with your GA School account using the Continue with Google button to log in. Okay, that way I can see your work. All right, so let's go to code.org. I'm already logged in as a teacher, but I'm going to run through a couple of levels with you. The first level is a video, and it's just an introduction to this lesson. Okay, but basically, this lesson is all about creativity and using loops to draw pictures. So I recommend you watch the video. It's really short, but it's going to give you an idea of what this level is about. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and jump to level 2. Level 2 is a practice level, and it doesn't really have a whole lot of requirements. It just gives you a basically space to practice with some of the new code blocks that you're going to be using today. Okay, so let's wait for my screen to load. Sometimes it can take a little bit. Here we go. All right, so in the instructions, it says, "Hi, I'm an artist." You guys see the artist in the little game space? You can write code to make me draw almost anything. Play with the blocks in the toolbox to see what they do. All right, so here's my game space. You should be familiar with that. That's where you can run your program and see what it does. In the middle is my all the different blocks that I have available, okay, in today's lesson. And then there's my workspace where I'm gonna basically do my code. Okay, so I'm gonna basically drag any block that I want into the workspace, and then I can click run when I'm ready to run the program. Okay. Now in this level, it just says play with the blocks to see what they do. So let's do that. Some of the new blocks we're going to see today are the move forward blocks and the turn blocks. Okay. There's also a set color block that we could use. And then here's the loop or the repeat block that we'll be using a lot today. Okay, so let's try something like move forward. You know what? Before we do that, I'm going to set my color to, let's do the GA green, right? Now I'm going to move forward. Now, this block basically tells my artist to move forward, and he's facing right now. Move forward by 100 pixels. Now, in the video that you're going to watch in level 1, pixels are basically just little tiny blocks on the screen, okay, that we can't see right now, but it's just a way to measure how far you're going on the computer screen. Okay, so move forward by 100 pixels. Let's just do that right now and see what he does. All right, so we're going to click run. And as you can see, my artist moved forward by 100 pixels, and the line that he was able to draw was green because we had already set the color to green. Okay, let's try setting the color again. Oops. Oh, I have to click reset, sorry. Set color, now let's do a different color. And then we'll just say move another forward. Let's change this to 50 pixels because I want you to be able to see 2 lines. Now, if you guys can make a really quick prediction, what do you think will happen when I hit this run button? All right, so what I'm predicting is that when I hit run, my artist should move forward by 50 pixels. So the line should be shorter than the first time. And that line color should be green, okay? Then it should move forward another 50 pixels, drawing another line, but that second segment or second line segment should be this orange yellow color. Okay, that's my prediction. Hopefully you predicted something similar to what I just said, but let's see what actually happens. All right, so when I clicked run, my artist drew 2 line segments, right? 50 pixels long. The first line segment was green because that's how I set my color to be. And then the second line segment was orange yellow. Okay. Now let's see what happens when we add this turn right by 90 degrees button. Oh, forgot to click reset. All right. So I'm actually going to put that in the middle here. Okay, so remember my character is facing right now. Okay, now you have to put yourself as the character, right? So you're facing right. After I draw the green line, I want my character to turn right by 90 degrees. Okay, which way do you think the character will be facing after that command? All right, then it's going to set the color to yellow or orange, right? And then move forward by 50 pixels. So in your head, try to imagine what my little artist will do when I hit run. Okay, here we go. All right. Did you guys make the right prediction? Because I asked my character to turn right at this point, it's going to be basically facing downwards. Okay. Let's try again. If we're going to try to draw a square, okay, which way should my character turn right the next time? I think I kind of started to say it. We're going to make sure my character turns right again. Okay. Okay, so remember, we want to draw this third segment, and we're going to make them turn right. And then we're going to set the color to, let's just stick with red. Okay. And then we're going to move forward again, right, by 50 pixels. Oops. Ooh, that's a lot of pixels. going to work. All right, 50. And you know what? Let's make the character turn right again because we might as well complete that square. Set the color this time to, let's say blue. Okay. And then move forward by 50 pixel again. All right. So if I did that correctly, I should have a square after I hit run. And the square should have four sides, one with green, yellow, red, and blue. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and change that to 100 because now that we're just making a square instead of keep drawing the line, I should have enough space. Oop. All right. So let's click run and see what happens. All right. Do you guys see how that worked? So I had four little sections of code, right? And that allowed me to draw a square. Now, if you're playing with this at home, you can change the number of pixels um, or the number of degrees that the character is turning and see what happens. Okay, use this page, this level is all about just playing with these blocks. Now, do you guys notice that I have repeating blocks? Okay, so for every line that I drew, basically I'm setting the color and then I'm moving forward by 100 pixels and then I'm turning right. Okay, and then those three lines of code basically repeats four times, right? Because I have four lines that I have to draw. So this is what we're going to be using loops for, and you're going to get into that in the later levels, but let me just show you really quickly how to use this repeat block so I don't have to write the same lines of code four different times. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete everything. Okay, and then I'm going to use my repeat block. Oh, I have to reset. Here's my repeat block. And this block basically tells me to repeat whatever is inside four times. Now I can change that number of times to 3 or 4 or 5 or 100, right? For my little square, I just need something to repeat four times. Okay, so I can set the color. Let's say, let's set the color to a random color each time. Okay. And then every time, basically, I need my character to move forward 100 pixels, and then I need them to turn right by 90 degrees, right? Those were the three blocks I used in my first program, okay? So every time, basically, this loop happens, the color is set to a random color. My character moves forward 100 pixels, and he turns right by 90 degrees every single time. And this set of blocks should repeat four times. Okay, so let's click run and hopefully I get a square. Awesome. Do you see how I just drew the same square? But this time, because my color was set to a random color, my lines are all random colors, right? So that's how you use a loop or a repeat block. I hope that was pretty clear. Again, this level is all about just playing with the blocks that you're given, all these new blocks. You can even try the jump forward block and see what happens. Um, let's move on to the next level and see what that level is about. All right, so level 3 is another practice level. I'm gonna wait till it loads. Sometimes it takes a while. All right, now it says, let's make a cage for my pet monster. Drag blocks onto the screen to have the artist draw over the gray lines in the picture. This is exactly what we did. right? We drew a square in the previous level. So you guys should be able to do this on your own, okay? Now, if you do need hints, you can always watch the video again, okay? But this level we've basically done in level 2, right? We were able to turn 90 degrees and draw a square just by turning. All right, so let's go on to level 4, which is another video, okay? Now you watch that on your own. But I think what this level will show you is basically how to use that repeat block, which we've already done. I recommend watching it again though, in case I miss anything. But that's a good review video to watch. All right, let's move on to level 5. And I think that's the last level I'm gonna kind of walk through with you before setting you free. All right, let's see what level 5 is about. All right. Ooh, the level 5 is a little bit, looks more complicated, but I don't really think it is. So it says this spaceship needs a window. Each side of the inner square is 100 pixels and all the angles are 90 degrees. All right. So what would you do for this level? Looks like another square to me. So it shouldn't be anything new, but I want to challenge you to use a repeat block when you can. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go. You can watch the video and start playing with the different blocks that are available to you. Um, this week, you're going to go all the way to lesson or level 11 and even do the challenge if you finish early. All right. And remember, anytime during the week, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. Zoom virtual office hours are probably the best. But if I'm in another meeting when you try to join the office hour, you can always email me and request another meeting time. Okay, I'm available Monday through Thursday for virtual office hours, or you can just join us on Friday during your check-in time, which I believe is at 2:30, if you have any issues with this lesson. All right, have a great week, and I hope to see you Friday. Bye.